when he was starting out, after he came up from DC, he came up to New York, and we had the same manager, Barry Katz.
Oh, and, industry standard shout out. Love that
podcast. Barry called me up. He said, listen, I was working in Providence at a place called Periwinkles, which was my home club that I started out at. He said, listen, I'm sending Chappelle up, and I want you to go pick him up at the bus station or whatever. But be nice to him, man. You better
picking up Dave Chappelle at the fucking bus station. Okay, go ahead, sir.
Well, he was like, whatever. He was 19.
I know,
because he was already a prodigy. He was like a prodigy. So he goes, and you better be on your game. This kid is good.
You guys notice Batman never fights crime in neighborhoods that need it. I mean, really, I would love to see Batman fight crime in my neighborhood. I can see now just robbing. Yes, Batman. Didn't we park the car right here, man?
So I go pick him up at the bus station in Providence, and I drive him. I drive him to the gig, and.
I mean, do you still see him?
He was amazing. He's not the Dave Chappelle of now, but he was like, wow, this kid is 19, 20 years old. And wow. And
name came for him really quick.
Then when I started seeing him in New York, everybody knew he had it. It was something.
Yeah.
He was very prolific, profound.
Yeah.
Years beyond his age. And we were like, this guy's going to be huge.
Yeah. That's
whereas Bill, back to Bill, I said, wow, Bill's going to be good at this,
Yeah.
But Bill is huge. You know what I mean? That point of him being a solid comic to being iconic, that in between thing, it happened overnight for me, even though Bill's is like a slow roll and to get to where he is now. Whereas Chappelle had that in his early 20s.
And that's an inspiring thing to hear, because where I look at it, it's like from somebody who sees somebody like that, your contemporary, that you're one of your contemporaries that starts like around the time as you, but then like a Chappelle where you're like, he's just, like you said, he's got it. And like, I've always felt like that with my friend Raul Sanchez, who I mentioned earlier. Like he had it. Like I knew it. I could see it. He's gonna be huge. He's on the way up still, but he's not anywhere close to where his ceiling is yet. But it was in a way a little bit defeating, because you're like, fuck, like I'm like over here, I'm like, I actually like have to do the work here and like really figure out how to be a good comedian. And it's just kind of innate in him. He just understands comedy innately right away. And it was frustrating a little a bit when I was earlier starting out, but it's an inspiring thing when you look at a guy like Burr. Based on what you just said, it's like you didn't necessarily see that in Burr, which is a credit to the amount of work and effort that he's put in to become who he is. And it's like, if you're willing to do that as a comedian, no matter, like, some people have just the talent innately, some people have to work hard to get there to be that great comedian, but you could do it one way or the other. You could do it.